The dude just cannot get out of his own way. Man, I'll tell you what, this quartering situation just will not end. Now, we don't plan on talking about this on the show, but I did want to talk about this a little bit more. I could not believe when I saw this today that it actually happened. Just mind-blowingly stupid. So a little bit of backtracking here. Chrissy Mayer had a stream. Most everybody knows what happened there. She had a stream. It was not a good thing. She went in, she had a bunch of super chats that were that she eventually didn't read, right, after not addressing things the way that a lot of people felt she should, and she definitely should have addressed. Anyway, she did a super chat square up stream the other night, and during that super chat square up stream, she set it to subscriber only mode, and that pissed off a lot of people. But her logic was she didn't want people to come in and super chat who weren't subscribed or whatever. Regardless of the logic, what did happen was there was one super chat in particular which caught a lot of people. Actually, two. Let's take a look at this, courtesy of the quartering here over on X. The quartering trolls FNT host with job offer to Chrissy Mayer. So during Chrissy's stream, the quartering shows up in the chat with $20, calling Friday Night Tights SJW cancel pigs. This courtesy of Camelot, who Camelot has been in the middle of this, done a pretty good job covering it. He had a little smoke thrown his way in the last day or so as well, but we'll continue talking about this. Quartering said, "Can't wait to see you live on Friday Night Tights tomorrow, since they totally didn't fire you because they are not totally cancel pig SJWs right here." This is honestly like pretty amazing to see how this goes back to what I've said many, many times. The insecure narcissist is what we have here in the form of the quartering. How can I make this about me? How can I bring the attention back to myself? How can I pass the blame to everybody but me? And that's what we're seeing here. But you would think this $20 would be, enough, right? But no, he felt the need to come back and do it again, which was like, holy crap. I legitimately saw this. I was like, this cannot be real. Somebody photoshopped this, because he came back with a $100 super chat and said, and I'm with Camelot on this. Not sure how this is helping, man. Which he says, "I'll happily pick you up at the same salary they pay you, and you never have to talk about drama. You just have to be you. It is heartbreaking how your friends turn on you for a few bucks. It's so heartbreaking how the anti-SJW folks became SJW." Oh, the bleeding heart. The bleeding heart of the quartering. It's heartbreaking right here. Now, keep in mind, a little bit more background. Not too long ago, just actually a few days ago, Camelot, who was capturing this, actually had Sydney Watson, former business partner of Jeremy, on. And she actually spoke about how she felt. It was a conversation between her and Camelot about, though I guess the question was put out, do you feel that the quartering is somewhat predatory in his hiring practices? And if you kind of look at the history, he brought in a few folks that were let go at their lowest moment after they were let go of, I believe, Timcast channel. And he's kind of like a buzzard, if you will, kind of circling when people are at their lowest point on death's doorstep, from a career standpoint. And then he swoops on in, mighty savior there, and hey, and that's what we have right here. Hey, I'll happily pick you up. Hey, I'm the good guy. Remember? Ha ha ha. I don't understand this. And honestly, it's both shocking and kind of sad, because what he's doing in this instance is, once again, making it about himself. And we've seen this over and over and over again. What was also amazing that happened was Melanie Mack, who, once again, Melanie was on Side Scrolls. I've talked about this many, many times. When this whole thing started a month ago or whatever it was, quartering was going to come for my scalp, and he was going to leak the DMs that were so crazy. So I just launched up a stream and I showed everyone the DMs, which showed literally absolutely nothing outside of me trying to have a professional relationship with somebody who creates content online, and vice versa. Just like it was a big nothing burger. And all of a sudden my scalp is totally fine, and he's not come for me or whatever. But Melanie, I reached out to her early on in this whole situation when the flagging happened. And I said, look, I just need you to know from a professional standpoint, I need you to know, hear it from me, that I think this guy's a snake, right? And she took that as, oh my gosh, I'm not going to turn on my friend. It was more like, I'm just telling you, I'd rather you hear from me than hear from somebody else online. Since then, Melanie has more or less soft blocked me. She has unfollowed me on X. We can't DM each other anymore. It is what it is. And like I said, it is what it is with Melanie. I whatever, right? Now, it's what was most interesting about Melanie is I've said all along is that she is too close to the sun in all this. She's too close. And that is what you see here. She doesn't, she said this, my husband told me to use social media a lot less and act, and like a good wifey, I listen. So worth it. All right. Awesome. Right. So husband's like, dude, you're on this way too much. And she's like, okay, good. Now somebody asked her, I don't understand the quartering drama. I went down the rabbit hole and it's literally just influencers who don't like his pay offer. What's the actual drama? Which Larry Dick over here, Larry Dick didn't go very far down the rabbit hole in this instance. And Melanie responded and says, people accused him of false flagging that he didn't even do. Now it's turned into a giant grift. A chunk of anti-woke space turned woke with cancel campaigns and drama farming. It's all a grift while news is slow. Okay, I've said this on the show and I'll say this now. You could just remove the idea of the false flagging, which, yes, that's where a lot of this started, which caused a lot of people to look in deeper, which led to things like his shorts being lifted from other people. The idea of just literally stealing other people's content. That to me is just as bad as what you're seeing here with the whole channel flagging. And there's obviously more, there's the behavior at the Ren Fair and all this. Like, once again, had he just owned this at the beginning, this all would have been over. But to see that she just refuses to see the forest from the trees. Is that the expression I'm looking for right here? It's right there. It's right there in front of her, but she refuses to see it. And that's the most disheartening thing. And obviously she got community noted here. And I guarantee she has no idea this happened. The quartering has admitted to using contacts at YouTube to remove channels. Absolutely. And guess what? You see Jeremy over here, the community note though. Adam over here with the receipts. I'm flagging everyone. I'm calling my rep. Everyone's getting banned right here. This is honestly amazing. Like, she has to be blatantly ignoring at this point to just be like, no. Which I get it. You want to have your friends back. But at a certain point, a good friend would be honest and be like, hey, Jeremy, like, don't you think it's a bad idea for you to be stealing other people's shorts? Hey, don't you think it's a bad idea that people can connect the dots and see things like when you say, hey, first it'll be your YouTube, which is a violation of ban evasion, which, I believe, wasn't that exactly what he got taken down for, was ban evasion or Kino Casino clips? Either way, this never ceases to amaze me that this is still going on, and it really comes down to one man's insecure narcissism that continues this. If you guys like these standalone videos, do me a favor, subscribe and join us. We're live Monday through Friday at 11 a.m. Central Time. I'd love for you guys to join us live for our live show, or just subscribe to watch more videos. If you like these standalone videos of just me, let me know in the comments. Appreciate you guys. Have a good day.